this is a fight or flight nervous system, and we don't want to be in the fight or flight mode. Rather, we'd like our parasympathetic nervous system to be engaged because that's your relaxation, your rest, and digest. So let me go ahead. If anybody wants to get a screenshot of this, go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go on and show you a picture that actually explains a little deeper how the nervous system works. Because we want to de-stress, we want to engage the sympathetic nervous system. All right, so how do we engage the sympathetic nervous system? Really, what is it to start with? Well, from healthline.com, this is what the autonomic, am I probably saying that wrong? Maggie, am I saying that right or wrong? I don't know. Autonomic nervous system. It is a combination of your sympathetic and your parasympathetic nervous system. So this kind of explains when we're stressed, the sympathetic takes over, and you see in the picture there what that means. When we're not stressed, we're in that rest and digest stage with the parasympathetic nervous system taking over. So now the question comes up, really, how do we engage our parasympathetic nervous system, or how do we relax? What can we do to relax? So we've got a ton of ideas for you on how you can relax. So let me show you some screens. We have actually 60 different ways tonight we're going to show you to help you relax. A lot of it is in my pictures, so we're going to go through it really quick. So here we go. We're gonna let me find my pictures here so I can show you how we can do this. All right, I think I have to bring this one up to start with, and we're gonna start with 25 ways that we can. Here's 25 ways that we can relax. 25 ways to de-stress. This is probably kind of tiny for you, but what it's talking about is playing an instrument, writing in a journal, writing a letter. Believe it or not, it's a way to relax. Writing a story, going to the gym, exercising, eating healthy and nutritious, going for a walk, painting something. And here's just a bunch of ideas for you, things that you can do to get your body in the relaxation mode. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, we're going to move on to some other ideas that we can have to de-stress, because we want to get the parasympathetic nervous system going where we're in that restful mode. So going on, here's a few more ideas that you all will enjoy for de-stressing. Let me bring this one up. Should probably open these beforehand. I think this one is 10 different ways that we can relax. Reducing stress, this is how. Again, look what's mentioned. These are from different sources, so you can kind of put it together and figure out what works for you. One thing that comes up all the time is exercise. Another thing is this deep breathing. You know, my watch goes off, stop and take deep breaths. It doesn't happen all the time. So for me, it's probably when my heart rate's a little faster, because that's a sign that your sympathetic nervous system is engaged. Maybe your diet isn't so good, or if you're not sleeping enough. These would be things that will help you relax, help you tone down, help you to get back to your resting nervous system taking over so that you are feeling better, because that's the goal. We all want to feel better. So Jabin's saying read the Bible. Of course, reading a book is a great way to get your parasympathetic nervous system engaged. So on this point, I'm going to turn it over to Rochelle, and then we'll go on with some more things. Are you ready? We're going to talk about some more things in a few minutes. Go ahead,
yes,
Rochelle.
Ready, of course. Okay. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I actually do that have been very beneficial. I actually like to use the oils. I don't just collect them. I do collect them, but I use them as well as collect them. And by use them, put them on my person, and then also, like apply them, and then to diffuse them. So for instance, my go-tos are peace and calming, valor, either separate or together, and they're both a blend. But think about what you get if you put those two blends together. They're a powerhouse. And so I've been learning that from the very beginning. One of the blends or diffusers that I've used, diffusing blends that I've used on the regular, I found through a young lady. She's on Instagram, and her Instagram profile is called Valor Plus Diamonds. She's not for the faint of heart, but she is definitely a YL member. She's a young mother. She's had some loss in her life. She can be funny, but she has a little bit of a potty mouth. So I don't follow her anymore, but I checked out her page before I got back. She does. I checked her page before I came back on. And part of it is, she talks about her children and how sometimes she's going to pull her hair out. She's just going to go scream. And but the blend that she talked about, which I always love, it's valor, frankincense, and peace and calming. And if you throw in copaiba for good measure, you've got this incredible powerhouse. So you've got frankincense that's really going to help you with your focus, and your valor is going to help you with clearly your emotional balance, courage there. Copaiba intensifies all of those. What else is it? And then there's peace and calming. So imagine, I'm not a mother, but much like moms, we do have stress that comes and goes in our life. And so you put those three together. She'll put it in her diffuser. Sometimes she puts it in every diffuser. And then sometimes she's made rollers. And that's what had impressed me. And I thought, I always liked those three, and then she added the copaiba, but I thought, wow, if you put those three together, how incredible. You literally get everything that you could need when there's tremendous amount of emotional distress. And so I do remember what she calls it, but I changed the name because it wasn't appropriate. And I changed it to my happy place, because sometimes you just need that. And so, but again, what I've been learning with the oils, sometimes you need a little background on how the application works. And so the back of your neck, the bottom of your feet, absolutely. Your wrist, you'll always get that with Valor. Valor is the number one in your wrist, along your spine sometimes. But those are pretty much the go-tos when you're using your oils. And then of course you put some in your hand, your drops. Am I freezing?
No, you're just broken up a little bit.
Okay. So you put the drops in your hand, you activate the oils a little bit, and you just inhale. A few times I've watched some of the Royal Crown Diamonds. A lot of the ladies, before they go live, that's what they'll do. And so again, the aroma of inhaling those oils to really give you what you need when you really need it. One of my other favorites is ylang ylang. It does have floral in it. It's typically not a floral, but it is a blend, but it has geranium in it. But ylang ylang enjoy when there is emotional distress, to the point of tears, emotional distress. Again, those two are really great for emotional balance, hormonal balance. Put them over your heart, takes the edge off, helps you to feel better. You add them with maybe a frankincense or a peace and calming. Put that in your diffuser, and again, it's wonderful to actually inhale that aroma. At night, my favorite go-to is patchouli. I have a patchouli blend. I couldn't find the book. It's part of their sleep. They had some sleep recipes in a book that someone gave me, and it's a blend with patchouli. Patchouli is one of my favorite grounding oils. It it's really Young Living. I thought I liked patchouli, but I used to think that it had a musty smell. And then when I actually got a whiff of Young Living, I really did fall in love with patchouli. It is grounding, and you mix it with cedarwood or lavender at night. You're off not only sleeping, but it's the restful, deep sleep. So that's really one of my favorite. Sometimes I mix up. I'll throw in, I'll think in terms of trees or leaves. What do I want? What do I need? Do I need focus? Am I studying? Am I reading? Is it meeting time? I always diffuse during meetings, every single time. I always diffuse during service. The friends always laugh. You know, you could probably see, are you on fire? What's going on? I always get that. But it's nice. It's relaxing. Service is fun. So I'm always going to diffuse. And I always think something that helps me with focus and you know, brightness, uplifting. You know, those are fun things. We enjoy it. And so I always find, you know, doing something like that. And that's pretty much it. My diffusers, a lot of the blends or the recipes I get off the oil education page. There's no shortage of recipes on that page. And I always will, if I don't have the oils, I'll ask what I could substitute in, or I start working on a plan to get the oil that I want. It's usually how I will do it. And the one oil that I don't have that I learned about this week, today's Monday, last week, sage. I don't have sage. And I said to myself, why don't you have sage? And, but that recipe came through and I said, oh, I've got to get that. I need to put that into, you know, my little library. And so I'll be learning a little bit more about that. Some of the other properties, you know, the world has many different things about sage and we don't get involved from that perspective. But the wellness support that you get from it, I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more about that. So that's what I've been doing. How'd I do, Chris?
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Rochelle. Anybody has questions for Rochelle, we'll ask her at the end here. We're going to go on to some more ideas on how to de-stress. I have all these beautiful graphics for you guys. So here's another graphic of how you can de-stress. This is 10 different ways that you can de-stress. Take a walk, reason, play something you like, get some fresh air. Cocktails are mentioned here. Compliment yourself. Now that's an interesting one. I don't know. I guess it's positive thinking. And then read something good. So that's another graphic you can share, think about later. But I'm going to take you on to some more ideas. We have 60 of them here. We've been through a bunch already, but here's some more ideas on ways you can de-stress. And what's interesting is how they all kind of blend together. So this particular one I thought was really cute. And this is actually, I'm going to take you through some that I picked out, but this is a lot of the basics that I've picked out. Notice it mentions deep breathing again, unplugging, going outside. Those are all good ways that we can de-stress so that our parasympathetic nervous system takes over and we are not just riding around on the sympathetic nervous system that's making us ready for fight or flight. Okay, so here is the ideas that I really love. We've got a part 1 and a part 2 of how to de-stress. So if you look at this little graphic here, stay positive. Some of those other ones had these ideas in it too. Interestingly, if you're on the negative train, jump off. Does that sound familiar? And get on the right train. We want to stay positive. Number 2, go into this deep breathing. Think about deep breathing. My watch says you do it for a minute, and it actually helps to bring your pulse down. So something to think about. Number 3, exercise. When we exercise, physical activity releases these endorphins. It helps with our blood pressure. It helps your heart stay healthy. I was listening to some young living people that were doing a talk today, but they were talking about their experience with COVID. And what they said is the man, his heart was actually affected by it. So we all want healthy hearts. And it also mentioned when we go into a rhythmic exercise like walking or running, it helps with our brains to readjust. So good practice to be in. We want to unplug, take 10 to 15 minutes a day, just escape from electronics and things happening around you. Just stop and relax. Number 5, take downtime with a hobby, maybe a warm bath. If there's a hobby you really enjoy, a good book, get some fresh air. So that's my first set of my favorite 10 de-stressors. So here's my second part I wanted to share with you all on how to de-stress. So this particular graphic is part 2. Let me bring it up here. Okay, now that I can see it. Number 6, think about this. Okay, now don't do it if this is something that you really don't like, but baking, cooking, doing some artwork, some photography, it's kind of like a hobby that you might have. But you want to use these things to let your body get into that relaxed mode. Number 7, talk to somebody or write it down, write it in a journal, pull out your colored pencils and paper, draw something, have coffee with a friend. Number 8, be in the particular moment. Like it's stop and smell the roses. But it says when you use your senses, sight, sound, smell, and taste, just concentrate on one of them. That actually helps your body to relax. Now, for you, those of you who are in the weight management challenge with us this month, watch what it is that you grab to take a savoring bite of. But a savoring bite's not going to hurt you for the month. But that's another thing. If there's something you're really craving, just stop and enjoy it. Or get your diffuser out and really take it in. So those are some ideas. Those are my favorite ideas out of all the ideas that we had. And if we do this, this will help our sympathetic nervous system stop and go into the parasympathetic one. So maybe I'll just stop for a minute. We've gone through a lot of information. Any questions that you had for Rochelle or I? Let me just go ahead and ask you guys right now. Feel free to unmute yourself if there's something.
She said something about an oil education page. Was she talking? She's not talking about Lavender Life blog. No.
Gracious. Sorry, here we go. Wow, I feel like I'm at the meeting. Oil education page is on Facebook, and it's the only reason why I'm on Facebook, to be honest with you. I almost, said I'm out. But Claudia, what's Claudia's last name? Bleach. Yes, so she actually runs it along with Donna, and I want to say Kim Sui and even Chris. They will post the information about, you name it, anything to do with the oils. There is a library on there. So any subject you pretty much be looking for, it's on there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? You're welcome. So far? Okay, good. Write them down if there is anything you guys want to ask about. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go on to some oil combinations to help us diffuse. Here we go. So this is my favorite right here. How to de-stress. This is a beautiful blend. Lavender, Stress Away, and Lime. So lavender, Stress Away, and lime is a beautiful blend to get you in that relaxed mode. So that's one idea for you there, the Starry Nights blend. What are some oils you can put on yourself? Say you're not even near a diffuser, you're out somewhere. What are oils you can use to help yourself de-stress? These are all oils, all the emotional oils are very, very good to help you to de-stress. harmony, forgiveness, release, present time, inner child, valor, joy, lavender, stress away, and peace and calming. All of these are beautiful emotional oils. When you get your emotions balanced, your body relaxes, and that's our goal. That's how we want to de-stress. So if you want to grab a shot of that, we're going to go on to some other things too to help you relax and de-stress. Now, this is something that you might want to think about. Our muscles get tight when we're stressed out. So a good way to de-stress is to get your muscles to relax. So of course, Young Living has a ton of things to help us get our muscles in the right shape, which would be a relaxed shape, getting that parasympathetic nervous system in gear. So here's some. I had a sister tell me that she has the deep relief when she's on Zoom all the time, and she does her shoulders with it constantly. She said that just keeps her going. It's a roll-on. So there's the deep relief roll-on. If you are able to get a massage, have a massage, there's Ortho Sport Massage Oil, Ortho Ease. These are great massage oils. They have the essential oils in them. Beautiful carrier oils with the essential oils in it. And just wintergreen is a really, really beautiful oil. I have my oil right here. I don't know. I think Javen took it. Oh no, here it is. This is what I put on right before tonight started when I sat down here. Relieve It. It's also a blend of essential oils, and it is a really, really nice one to get your muscles in the right shape. I just stick it on. My shoulders are where my issues are. I don't know if you guys have issues in the shoulders too, but wintergreen, Relieve It, and any of the eucalyptus oils are great ones to get your muscles going the right way into the relaxed mode. And another idea here too, what about in the diffuser? What oils can you use in your diffuser to get into that relaxed mode? Well, this was from the Young Living website that they suggested you make your combo of any of these. Roman chamomile, Royal Hawaiian sandalwood. That's kind of a pricey one to put in the diffuser, but maybe one drop. Lavender, cedarwood, valerian, ylang-ylang, stress away, and peace and calming. So choose 2 or 3 of those, put them in your diffuser, and relax. So those are the ideas that we have for you all about blends and combos and getting that parasympathetic nervous system engaged, leaving the sympathetic one, the fight and flight one, behind. So now I had asked you all in the poll in the beginning if anybody does the Happy Day protocol. And this came up because I was talking to someone earlier, invited them to the class, and they told me I'm never stressed because I do the Happy Day protocol every day. That's a whole different class. We've done that a couple times, but let me just go ahead and show you what is involved in the Happy Day protocol. It's a protocol that you do in the morning, and these are the oils that you use, and these are the different places you put them. And the one that goes above the belly button, to me, it's called a solar plexus. That's where you would put the harmony or the highest potential oil. You can switch those out. I've seen it done both different ways. I like highest potential. This graphic has harmony in it, but you actually have a ganglion, a huge ganglion of nerves for your nervous system that is right there. So that is why that particular one goes there. And then the other one is a drop of valor on your wrists. Then you have joy over your heart, and you have white angelica on your shoulders. So this really works. I use this from time to time, but obviously this sister told me, no, I don't have to worry about stress. I'm never stressed. So I thought that was a really, really good testimony for the power of Young Living oils. So that basically is the information that we had for you guys tonight. I don't know if you have any questions for us. We'd be happy to try to answer them for you. Just feel free to unmute yourselves and ask us what you want to ask. Let me see if there's...
I think I heard Rochelle say something about Copaiba. And did I just read that Copaiba helps any oil we put with it or on top of it penetrate easier, faster, something like that?
Yes, copaiba, it actually intensifies the oils once you add that to the bunch.
Intensifies, okay. Then that's gotta be a staple.
Right, it should be.
Yeah.
One of the things I do know, young mothers will use it on teething babies. So, you know, for the strength you get for intensifying some of the other oils, it's as gentle to be, you know, to use on babies as well.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to add a few little things here too. When you do your exercise, you want to make sure it's 30 minutes 5 times a week. That's just like a good go-to for whatever walking, running, working out. 30 minutes. We want 150 minutes of exercise a week to get the body in this relaxed state. That's one thing. And to make sure that you try to simplify your life as much as possible. We all know that's really, really important. But before I forget, we have Rochelle and Kim Stackhouse here. We had a contest over the summer, and these are our two winners. I've been waiting to get these two girls together to give them their prize. So I was going to give away $200, but we didn't get that many people who qualified. The way it was between June, July, and August, if you had new people who joined our team, then you would qualify. So you had to have 3, either together between those 3 months or 1 each month. But these two girls did it. Kim and Rochelle both did it. So Rochelle was actually my #1 prize winner. She got a $100 credit, or she'll be getting a $100 credit on her account, and Kim will get the $50 credit on her account. So congratulations, you guys. We love you both. You did
so much.
Thank you to my team, my entire team, up and down, sideways. Thank you.
No, you did. You guys both did great. But I will call now tomorrow to get the $150 out there to you. 100 to you, Rochelle, and 50 to you, Kim, on your account. So thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. Any more questions about stress, de-stress, these different oils we mentioned? We could talk for an hour on what all these different oils do. Is there any certain oil you want to know more about? I do want to tell you too, every other month I do a drawing. So this is where we are. Every time you come to a class, your name gets in this bucket. And usually I let Javen draw somebody's name. This month I'm giving away a book by Jen O'Sullivan. It's a basic but intense book called Vitality. So that's going to be the prize for this month.
Very nice.
Yeah. And we're also we're in the middle of our weight loss challenge. You guys, I got 1, 2, 3 girls here, 4 girls here in our weight loss challenge. I have no record of your inches down. Hopefully you guys aren't gaining. And I have no record of your pounds down. So others have sent it to me, but you 4 haven't. Because there's going to be prizes for that too. There's going to be $100 in prizes for whoever has the most inches down and loses the most percentage of their body weight. So if I were you,
it doesn't record. I put it on there yesterday.
Okay, but you got to text it to me. I actually didn't look there. Or how are you doing, Sue? You must be doing pretty good, because me and Javen were at the beginning of it, but we don't get any prizes. So